Hey guys, I'm going to be trying to show you how to craft a different number of items for this build, or honestly any future build could use this wand craft. The wand craft is very common, but for now let's get into it. I'm going to, for this video at least, do the wand and do a ring. So for our wand, the first thing you always want to look at, because you might buy the wrong one and then just be out on a divine, right? So you always want to look at the item level. For this craft specifically, you want item level 82 or lower. What do I mean by lower? I'd say honestly anywhere down to like 73, 71-ish. Because you don't really need any of the modifiers past that. Plus, it makes our craft less successful, and it kind of bricks it. So we want to make sure that it's at least lower than 83. It has to be 82 or lower. Next up, we're gonna want a fractured modifier. I almost always go for a fractured chaos damage over time multiplier. You can also do damage over time multiplier. I believe I haven't tried that one, so if anybody wants to do that, you are more inclined to get a double damage over time multiplier on the wand, though, if you do that. Next up, we're gonna need some 3 resonators. I believe they're powerful resonators. So, on average, this craft will take 12 times before you get one result. That one result may be horrible, that one result may be amazing. So for right now, we're just gonna buy 6. Alright? Alright, we're just gonna do this. Next up, we're gonna want some metallic fossils. We are going to want shuddering fossils. And we are going to want corroded fossils, which I don't have. And these are the expensive one coming up. Usually, at least. Alright, now that we got ourselves some fossils, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Put the fossils in the 3-socket resonators. And let's go over to this wand. Double check, item level 82 or lower, it is. Cool. Alright, that one didn't work, didn't work, didn't work, didn't work. There we go, we got one. So now, we got a +2 wand with spell damage, with accuracy rating, which we don't want, and projectile speed, which is kind of mid. Right? So it's up to you whether or not you want to, I don't know, take an annulment to it. Because if you take an annulment to it and you hit projectile speed or accuracy, you can craft on chaos damage. Or you can craft on cast speed. So there's different ways you could go with this, but always remember it can brick. Or you can get a really, it's actually a decent one. Because now we can craft on more spell damage. Right? Actually, I would recommend, if you have the option to craft chaos damage with this build, because spell damage does not, scale your explode, right? Where's it? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm used to playing the witch. Enemies you kill have a 30% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage, right? So, that doesn't get amplified by spell damage because that's not a spell. So if you have the option to craft it, you most you are most inclined to craft chaos damage. So we crafted chaos damage on, and that's probably a better one than I got. Yeah. But yeah, you can keep doing that, and if you really wanted to, you could try to annul the projectile speed or annul the accuracy and hit it with a prefixes cannot be changed. If you hit like a good high spell damage roll, you can hit it with the prefixes cannot be changed. Hit it with a veiled orb, and there's so many options you can get out of that. There's different ways you can go down to crafting this if you want to get into min-maxing it. If anybody has any questions, I'll answer that in the comments. I don't feel like investing money into a craft yet right now. Next up, we're gonna craft the ring. So with this ring, you can have 2 of them. I have a Venter's Gamble. I usually have 2 of them on, but I'm using a Venter's right now for rarity. I suggest that too, to have at least 1 Venter's, at least for rarity. So when we're going into this craft, you cannot equip these until you're level 80. Highlight rings. Be mindful of that. Don't go out level 60 and buy one of these, because it will take you 20 something levels to be able to use it. But yeah, with that in mind, all we need is a fractured. If you want to get a fractured suffix or a fractured prefix, you can. Just to make it more guaranteed, because we're already forcing 2 modifiers, and that's the increased chaos damage prefix, which is what we want, and then we're going to use an essence of envy. And you could also use the damage over time one. There's a damage over time essence. I don't think I have them. But yeah, there is a damage over time essence. I believe it's one of these. You can use that to craft as well. It's same outcome, but more damage over time based. I like crafting on chaos damage because, again, that scales my explode. And if I'm exploding enemies with and they're doing 100% of their maximum life as chaos damage, then they're also withered by withering step, which means that they're amplifying that chaos damage. If we scale that explode, then our Soulrend doesn't really need to do that much damage. As long as we can kill 1 or 2 enemies, which is very easy because Soulrend pierces everybody, then we should be good. So let's go ahead and just craft a little bit. So I just show an example. So we hit it once, and we just got chaos damage. So we only have 3 modifiers on there that we like. 101 max life. I like that because it's getting converted into energy shield. If I was to equip that, I would probably lose a lot of cold res and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty good. And from here, you could craft on like reduced cost of reduced mana cost. That's really good with the build. But yeah. There is a lot of things you can do with those rings. Here's a more advanced version of the ring. This one's more expensive. So what I did is I got a highlight ring and I Hunter's Exalted Orbed it, and I essence spammed until I got to curse enemies with Despair on hit, which is gonna take like 1 or 2 divines each time you see it. So with that in mind, be very wary that that's going to be very expensive. So what I would recommend is leaving an open prefix here. And if you roll a Despair on hit and chaos damage and you get a good 3rd suffix, you could prefixes cannot be changed it, and then veiled chaos orb it, try to get that reduced mana cost, or yeah, you could craft on it from there. And that's about it for this video. I just wanted to make a short video how to craft 2 things on the build. I will leave y'all to it. Thank you. See ya.